Hey, I'm here. Oh, you're hiding? And now what I'm going to do is eat a little snack, first of all. Now, it would have been funny and amusing if you had walled me up in netherrack or something silly like that, but you're being very good. We did ask you not to prank. Or, was it me that asked you not to prank? I forget. Now, let me see. Over this way. Well, you know, part of it is because you ain't got video recordings. If you was recording, it would be a different story. Because then we could, like, watch from both sides, and that'd make it a lot more interesting. And, let's see. I'm going to have a quick gander of where we're at, and then do some math. Because we got to get, okay, it's 589, so... Oh, wait, no, that's the Z. We got to get to 544 and 68, and we're at 97. Okay, so we are in exactly the right lineup. This will take us to exactly the right place, so let me see. Minus 588 to 544. Drop 44 down, and Y goes from 95 to 68, so that's dropping 27 down, so $44 and 27. We're gonna go more or less every other block, but we're gonna accelerate. Here's what we're gonna do. Oh, you want to line up and pitch in there? Because we'll start after this fella. Yep, that works. And I think kind of like that. But pretty soon we're going to have to start going straight down. It will start getting more vertical. I think let's go across a little bit more. Not straight down again quite yet, but getting right back to it. Like this here is a side place. Crossroad, or at least take a side road. Oh. Now, what was that noise? I did wonder. For pony's sake, I'm going to put this egg down because I am full of cobble. It's one useful thing we can do is store up on cobble, but I want to be able to see a little bit. This might mean that we're getting closer to... no, not really, because we're at 88. We can go farther down. See, that was there, so... even more. ceiling fairly high up because ideally this gets to where you can kind of look way down there. Skellies, I don't suppose they're coming after me that way. They're in front of us. I bet they are. Calculating stuff out to where it looks interesting on coming out of here. Look at you. Here, but I don't see him. I thought I could see him there, but no. There ain't gonna be no flowers down here, I tell you. Mine to go and get some TNT and blow TNT up here to make spaces. How's that sound? Does that sound like that would be fun? Oh, are you gonna make a record farm here? Oh, or is this a good place for record farm? GP. What's do you mean GP as in TNT? Oh, okay. I got a little bit of gunpowder. I got a little bit of TNT in the chest, I think. Ooh. I should go and... I need to get myself to an ender chest because I can make myself a whole crap load of more ender chests and give them bonus. Oh, and let's look down. Oh, yeah. You can kind of see down there. There could be a little more decoration. There could be a little more possibilities of seeing stuff. And it could start getting narrower down there. And it could start getting darker down there by having to be nether brick. But on the whole, this is the way. Oh yeah. Absolutely. I'm carrying dirt, ain't I? Not that this area is going to be made out of dirt, but for the time being. I do believe I'm going to go in search of some power. Some in one of her chests. Part of that Oh, I ain't going to your cabin. I'm going to Rarity's place. I would not go into your things. There's Applejack's ranch. I still need to work on that. I put a chest out there. And, big thing I got in mind for that place is simply to, make a big old wheat farm that runs down a hill. With water up at the top. And hoppers on the bottom. That's what I'm figuring to do. Oh, but come to think of it, I can't carry too much, can I? Because I don't need to carry all these signs. How can I hold all these signs? And since this is desert areas, I bet I got sand here, and I do. Or do I? Oh lordy, yes I do. Hee. Oh yeah. And I sure have a whole bunch of netherrack too, don't I? And a whole mess of cobble. We can put some of this dirt and gravel back. Yeah, that works. Stack of sand ought to be enough TNT. Let's see what we got under here. No, that's a crafting table. That ain't nothing. How's 54 TNT work for you? That work for you? 54 TNT and 64 sand, well, 54 gunpowder. That's not really going to make 54 TNT, but it'll be a whole bunch. Oh, you got more? Let me see now. Hee. I got a goodly amount, so I'll get what I got, and you get what you got. I think I remember how this goes. Not totally sure, but no, clearly I got it all wrong. Let's try that again from start. I am forgetting the recipe. Okay, yeah, that's a good way to remember it. I bet I can do that. Okay, I got 10 TNT. That ain't too shabby. That'll hold me. Put that sand back. I guess put the extra gunpowder back. Somewhere. Somewhere much like there. That's just okay, so, oh, you got a whole bunch of it, don't you? Alright, well, this is going to hold us for the time being, I believe. And if I'm not mistaken, oh yeah, I got a flame bow, so I can set these things off at a distance. And you got a flaming carrot, ta-da! Rainbow Dash has been giving me lessons. Well, Rainbow Dash has been giving me lessons, but I ain't been listening. Yeah, that's the trouble with Rainbow Dash racing. You end up pretty darn hungry. Arguably, it ain't even worth it. It'll be fun when we have ponies. By which I mean horses. Okay, you realize that with the, that low area already being 68, we can go way lower than that with the dynamite. Backstage it is. Oh, and if we see any nasty mobs, we can put dynamite on them and blow them up. that right up. So, logically, let's see, maybe over here for starters. Okay, excuse me while I jump the hell out of here. I suggest y'all stand back. Sure that's far enough back. Alright, advanced. Try that again. Okay, third time's the charm. Okay, well that made a big old hole, but I'm not sure. Is that safe? Did you hurt yourself? No, don't do that. Now, I was kind of hoping... Hang on. Oh, I feel inclined to point out that it has gotten dark now. That was an explorer cave? Interesting. Excuse me while I set off a bomb over your head. Hurt me nothing. There you are. And another one over there, I think. I'm just doing this for fun at this point. Play with TNT before. I can get used to that. Okay, well I won't set none off under your feet if you don't set none off under my feet. But I think we need to take this area out now. You got a bunch of TNT of your own, don't you? Oh, okay. Well, let me see. Do that. You can watch from right there. There we go. Oh, listen to that. Netherman is trying to run around, and you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to start digging from here and start heading down this way. Because we were going to continue this straight down kind of path. And that's probably the easiest way to do this. That's the way to do it. Ooh, the rain stopped and everything. Now remember, crazy derpy angles and things like that can always just be used as freaky structures. Like, I could have left that thing sticking out there. Let's leave a crap load of this stuff sticking out in weird ways. Like, for instance, I'm about to plummet to my doom down here, which is not good, but we can put a stairway or something. And here's the side passageway. just goes on in this direction. Oh, we got water down there? Handy. Sure, I carry in enough cobble so I can build whatever I want that way. Now it's starting to goes past that area and then starts to become this sort of wide, like really straight down kind of thing. Which won't all necessarily stay like this, but just so as I can get down here without falling on anything. Oh. That's one way to get down without falling on anything. Ventilation shaft. Making a funky shape. I try to always keep my sword on one so that if I need to hit one. Want some chicken? Yeah, I got a big old vertical wall here. That's good. I like this space. This could be something. And we also got a tendency to continue to go down sometimes. Continue to go down and over. Like something like that. Just open up another big old hole down here. Just because it's there. Maybe light it up or something. Getting all this flint that I don't particularly care about. But then you can imagine that is like a doorway. And this is like a window. We could even put in window panes. Have I got window panes? I don't got window panes, but I got iron bars. So this is somebody's kind of ominous and scary house. Where their place is back here, but it's like, oh dear. Yeah, gray stained glass or black stained glass, all that kind of stuff. Perfect down here. Oh, look, more windows. See, this is the real sort of dark worn area. And then we can play around with this kind of stuff. I'm not sure who's been here. Clearly, this is an explored cave. Can't be too explored, though, because look, iron. I can never really help but get iron. Oh. Oh, and it leads to the... Now, what am I carrying that is useless? Well, technically, picking up iron is useless. I can't resist, though. It's Minecraft. Ooh, looky here. Oh, I know what this is. This is where the ocean runs into this place. This is a neat little... It's a neat little thing, this is. See, this is the place you pointed out at first. Oh, I like this tree. We're not going to be using trees for the versus stuff, but this is not in the... We can leave this tree if we don't feel like using it. But this is the crazy derpy place you're telling me about. It's the beginning of it. Look at all the flowers. Look at all the roses. So yeah. This is a nice little start. I can see 2 portals from here. And I'm carrying a hell of a lot of flint for no particularly good reason. Oh, are we looking at zombies? Big old cave back here. I reckon I can make that jump. Yeah, well, that made me a little sore, but I could do with some torches. Yeah, nice little cave, nothing too exciting. There's nothing much here, but it's always kind of fun to peek into these places. Oh, I want to pick up the flower, but I can't. Oh, now where does this go? This goes even farther down, don't it? Oh, it was a cave chicken? Dun dun dun! Cave chicken! Fuck! Don't you scare my friend. And your flesh will sit down here forever. Okay, there ain't much here. Mind you, we can put lights here and stuff, but there still ain't much here. That were not Scoots. That was not Scootaloo. You read that fic that I read? That was one of the chickens that was like pestering and hunting down Scootaloo and bothering her. Serves it right. Oh wait, I should be using dirt for this. We use cobble, but we don't use dirt much. There we go. Up it gets. You're right. Coal would make a good, dirty wall. I never played Skyblock. I may say I have never played Skyblock. Now let me see, what was our... I know what it is because I have seen Generic B play it. It seemed as if it was a fancy, all kinds of derpy additions to things. Oh no, this is a completely different place, this is. To some extent, there's a lot of area in this backstage stuff for folks to make their own little houses if they wanted to live on site. Oh, vanilla version? Yeah, I could see how that'd be hard. Jenny B, he was playing this version with all this stuff going on. I didn't like it all that much, to be honest, because there was just too much fancy things. It's crazy enchantings and stuff. Yeah, he's pretty good with the commentary. Let me see. I know that this lake was part of it. Yeah, I'm trying to find my way back. Maybe it was even farther down? No, I was just here. Boy, howdy, if it gets dark, it's going to be real interesting around this place. Maybe the best alternative is to just swim up. I'm here. I'm here. Oh, I'm falling down. I'll swim up again. I can swim up just fine. See, that got there. Now, it's back this way. And there we are. We're going to put a big old roof over a lot of this stuff. Might as well start with this dirt. Okay, leave that pillar and then continue in some other way. Well, I'm gonna take a little dive. Oh, there we go. Parts of it are gonna be low and parts of it are gonna be higher, and it's not gonna be a consistent shape. It's not gonna make a lot of sense. See that? See here up here? Here's part of where our roof is. There's an area that's this high. We can even throw some lights in here. It's a little awkward and hard to reach, but that just makes it more interesting. Okay, and that should go over this ledge area where there's like a... That could be more forced perspective. That one high area could look like it was a whole area where people could be. All I gotta do is get over there somehow. There we go. And let me scoot around here. Scootaloo around here. That worked. Throw a torch down on the ground over here. Also, one high stuff can't spawn monsters too good, so that's always helpful. 64 more dirt. throw the torch on the ground there just to let it up a spell. Alrighty. I will be here for, let me see, 20, about another 24 minutes or so. I have already grabbed my food. In fact, I need to grab more food and save Minecraft pony. Now, let me see how we do. This is much like what we was doing in the Nether, except it's with dirt. Which I guess we got plenty of that. If we don't have enough of that, we can just blow up some more things and get it. Or make more holes. There. Now that's a big old space. Yeah, I think all this stuff up here, that's going to be more forced perspective. That is going to be one height, and it's going to pretend that it is living areas. I got 5 left. Wouldn't it be funny if I built this all out of netherrack and then set it on fire? Okay, that needs to be filled in. All this crap is growing grass, but we'll pretend it ain't grass. We'll pretend it's something else. Throw a torch deep in there. Time to whip out something that ain't dirt. Like vertical beam. Oh yeah, sugar cube, that's the way. Okay. There's that. Got you. Come on through here. 6. Okay, so we got us a bunch of random torches everywhere. Let's see what happens if we do this. Holes. So we got this area over here. Can be turned to something. Let's chop that up and start digging. That'll get us a bunch of dirt, and that'll get us a bunch of, let's make this be an empty space. Full of silverfish. No, I'm just kidding, I didn't see no silverfish. There might still be some. We might get them yet. It's pretty good about not getting me no silverfish, I gotta say. Okay, now let's do something amusing with this. That kind of, hey there. Hey up there, I'm just playing. Look, you go down here. Oh, put that in the wrong place. And then it's beams. With dirt on the top of the beams. So that's a thing to look. We could even have other stuff like that. And then off this way, I can take that down, but I could put these here. Just to be there. And I got this here, and then there's holes. And I could probably take this off a little bit. Yeah, and then, but replace it with cobbles. Cobbles act like kind of like beams, although, you know, netherrack or, well, not netherrack. I got plenty of that on me, but no. Nether brick would be even better for beams because it would be dark. As you know, this was all gonna be nether brick. Or there was gonna be lots of it anyways. And then let's see, there was this big expanse of wall. Oh yeah. Ah yeah. Yep. Hell, let's keep it going. I didn't mean to do this, but let's keep going. This doesn't actually lead anywhere. It's just leading downwards into an increasingly dark hole that may not actually even fit a human being. Not that there's any human beings around here, because there's all ponies, but you know. And then there. So there's a space down there, and we got big old beams here. Oh, one thing I was going to do is now I'm carrying 39 dirt, so if I can find my way back, going back up topside and closing this off a little bit more even. This area is fine for just a flat roof because this is so far up above everything else. It's fine to be just a flat dirt roof even. Because it's like layers and layers. It's so far above everything else that I get to do the forced perspective. You never should be able to go so far up that you can see that those top levels is actually only one wide. Oh, that was a mistake, but I'll leave it. But there is most definitely a one wide ledge up there, which even has stuff behind it. And that was all my dirt. Meh, nah. It's not like it's going to be photographs. All it needs to do is show where the lines are. Now, arguably, this is starting to get too complicated and tricky. So I'm going to poke around in here and see whether I can simplify any of these lines. Like, this is correct because this is the... I mean, heck, the grass even helps this because it makes it look as if there was a line there. I hope the grass continues to spread. But this complicated crap in here, maybe not so much. But then that's going to be okay as long as I extend it. Sure. And then I'll fill that in with cobble to make it look a little bit different, like it was an enormous big, oh yeah, I had a scene in the book. I ain't sure if you ever read the book. We had, characters in various alien species whorehouses. Like, there was the cat house, and then there was a evil, dare I say it, the evil dog house that was being run by this, like, poodle-like character that was a wicked, wicked creature. And she was one of the big bads. She was. And she ended up getting killed off. Let me see now. What's this here? I'll tell you what this is here. This is going to go straight back. I'll throw a light there. I think there wasn't nothing. Nope, I want that to be there. I'll put it back. Yeah, it can't be too orderly, but it can't be just so totally daunting that I wouldn't want to draw it if I could. Oh, 24 more dirt. I can put some more stuff in. Yeah, and there was a thing where we had this one little wolf kid who was a street kid, so he was real suspicious of things. And we had a heroic wolf cop, and just get up here. And the wicked dog lady ended up getting killed off, and she was basically running a sex slave trafficking ring, and basically filling a whorehouse that was her own facility with these girls that she just got from places where they were being terribly abused and stuff. And she would supposedly give them a safe place to live, but she is actually controlling it completely. When she lost control of her place, you know, I think basically when she got killed and there was no one there to control it, the cop basically panicked and went, okay, I need to call a code something or other. And go down here. And the kid is kind of like, oh, right, because you have to get control of everything and stuff. And he's like, that was a code 322. Do you know what a code 322 is? Subsidence emergency. And what he does is he sends cops out to the dog lady's whorehouse, because what's happened there is they have a bunch of skanky hoes. I'm not quite sure if this is going to go literally down one over, but I just want to be able to look into that place from here. They had a bunch of skanky characters, and they had brought in people to tear out the foundation beams of the place and sell them for scrap. Now, these are the foundation beams that hold up the entire city. They didn't give a shit. So they had people in there, and the story goes, there was 2 teams of people in there trying to tear out beams, and the more conniving of the dog whore ladies was in there with the team with a cutting torch. Like, she was way too good at that stuff. So they had the cops bust in there and stop the tearing out of supporting beams. But, I mean, we're talking huge, massive metal supporting beams holding the entire city up. And there was people going after them with cutting torches to sell them for the price. Yeah, it would have ended well. And that's part of the stories I'm telling in these, this versus stuff, is telling stories of people that happen to be like, you know, cats and dogs and wolves and stuff, trying to survive in this very harsh environment. And in a lot of ways, they're trying to be good in this harsh environment. That's one of the things that I'm going to learn from ponies, is that it can't get too grimdark. I'm going to throw away dirt and pick up cobble. That I am. And yeah, I think this straight down thing is working out pretty good. That's the tricky thing about something like this, is that we're going to try to make it like a combination of... Oh, see, now that was where we used to be able to go down, so now we're just digging straight down to the middle of this. This is a nice straight drop, but the challenge is that we're going to need to have a new stair step one way or another. See, we need to be able to look from certain places on these stairs. Maybe I won't ever be able to look all the way from the top all the way down. In fact, I'm thinking definitely not a chance. But all the same, I would still like to have points along here where you can look up and look down. Like where I'm at, I'm looking up into the last little chink of daylight that's still visible. And I got a side door over here that could perhaps also go the other way. In fact, that is something that I will do. Now, there are elements of this that could use what you were doing in the Nether, setting up the grid work of tunnels. Except for that in some cases, like if it was Oh gosh, what am I thinking? I'm gonna throw away some of this netherrack. Not like we're gonna run low on netherrack. If it was forced perspective, the tunnels, the grid worker tunnels would have to be 1 high and 1 deep. But the way this city works is all of this is not really just a solid area. All of this is hollowed out and with stuff every which way. Like here's the step of 2. And there might be something or somebody living in here. And we don't have to go so far that you see it. Although you could do things like place iron bars or something. Oh, does it now? Oh, there we go. Not that we're going to necessarily see it, because this area going down into here is not actually open to the air. All this got to be covered up too. Yeah. Except there's no reason we couldn't have a area going to the side and out onto this flat area like it was a whole other level. The whole thing is just this big nest of levels. I believe that is the same height. Yeah, pretty much. Well, that's the thing, is if you're trying to get anywhere and you get lost, you've done it right. If I'm sitting in a place like here and drawing a scene of these characters like fleeing down here to where there's like this wolf guy looking real sketchy over here, and then there's something that's clearly some kind of building over there, and you should be able to recognize, like that's why I have that cobble there. That's a shape. It's not just a bunch of noise, but it's a distinct shape. And as I go down here, this base down here is a shape. And you see up top, there's this big area, and then these places, this one can go back a little bit, I think. Actually, several of these can go back a little bit. This is a good height level, I think, for doing that. So little torch there, and then sort of go to the side here. But this is not going to end up being in a full size thing, because this high up is going to start becoming forced perspective. But all the same, it needs to have a little more space over here. It's just a little hard to tell exactly where. I gotta look at it from over here again. Yeah. This overhang doesn't need to be as big as it is. This overhang can go somewhere else. Oh, I see space. I see space over here. If you jump up this way, now see, this could be a vast underground space. If I carefully, yeah, something like that. See, now if we stop right here, and that becomes kind of a thing. And then round off this corner a little bit. Not that I can really do round in Minecraft, but... And then back under where it gets over to those pillars. If I can do that. Oh, I can go over here. And it kind of swoops out and then goes back. And if it goes back there, I can put a cobble there. Up, extending it upwards. And that extends that line up. And then, didn't want that to be there. So. Have we got assistance? We got helpful assistants helping us. Thank you, skeleton. And now if we look down under here, well, not all the way under here. This goes so damn far down that you can't even make any sense of it, but that could be another thing or place or something. Yep. If I looked at the back of your head. Oh, I think I could make this be... Well, I could if I was carrying dirt. I ain't carrying no dirt. But you see how that area kind of comes out? And then there's the pillars behind it, which could easily continue going farther. There's some dirt. I'm going to just leave this coal. The 7 coal, that's not really enough to do anything with. Oh, no, that's not dirt. That's a piece of iron grating. What, save the iron? Can you make iron grating in the blocks? Maybe I'm not understanding you correctly. Oh, coal blocks. That's right. Yeah. Yeah, can you make charcoal into blocks, or is that not allowed? Oh. That's too bad, because it's easy for us to make charcoal. Okay, so now this is beginning to show us what this can be, especially from certain angles, like, yeah, from around here. We got some pillars. We got a funny little block there, which I'm not sure what it's for. In fact, I will say that ain't for anything, so. Bust that away good. And continue this wall up. So you don't really have to worry about the highest ceiling when it's this high up. That can just be flat. And all these little areas underneath it can just look like these distant places that who knows what they are. You can go way out there, we don't even care. Dawn is starting to break. Taking big jumps there. There you go. That's how we do it. There, now we got this little area over here where you can duck on through here, and maybe we can even put a big old ceiling over here somewhere. So if we wanted a set that was a big old space inside. Boy, I could even extend the floor out. Makes me feel sad not picking up these flowers, but hey, I got lots of those things. The farm pony is never low on flowers unless she wants to be. Yeah. Oh, we got so much depth. Part of the fun of this is just doing crazy things with it. I happen to be carrying a bunch of dirt, so this becomes a big old flat area. Could cover it with carpet eventually if we wanted to be a different color. And then all we gotta do is sort of seal this in so that it continues to go down. Because this stairwell definitely does not open into the air. It gets more and more claustrophobic as it goes down. And you got them constant side tunnels, but there's also areas where the feeling is like this is going down too fast. This is a good place for that. Like, this is going down too fast. This is leading nowhere good. Nobody's supposed to be going this far down into the city. It's not safe. And you do anyway. And you end up in like this strange place. We might simplify some of it a little bit, but this is the idea. This is very much the idea. And you're down a little nook like this. Going like, oh, okay, here's somebody's door. And here's somebody's window. Oh, there's metal bars on this. This must not be a safe place. You jump up here a little bit. Here's somebody else's window. And you keep on going through. And you got somebody else in here. And again with the little bars in the window. Ooh. I bet it do. You know, I was just thinking, get a load of this. This ain't even funny. No reason to not have some of these little places lit by the holes in the wall. Let me fuss with this a little bit more. Now, I've actually taken down, I guess I can live with that. But see over here? Got a torch in there. So this scary little path, this scary little 1x2, you don't even get any light in here. All you got is the occasional sort of hole in the wall. And yeah, we can have glass and stuff in there as well. But you just got like crazy stuff going on. Most of it's just to be creepy and weird. And we can have functional things in here in places too. But yeah, some of this stuff is just to be disturbing. Let me see whether I can get this gravel up. This here's a large gravel pit. I'm tempted to not even light this one. Just sort of dig it down as stairs to nowheres. Or I could just put one light right down here and leave it at that. Oh, and there's a random hole which isn't supposed to be there. Oh, better than putting cobble in. I'll put one piece of, yeah. Absolutely. Because part of this is, you know, when it's these things. Oh, that's starting to look good. Like that, there's another hole. And there's another hole. So yeah, that looks like that's leading nowhere good. Randomly stick that there for no particular reason. And then we got this little corner here, which could also be extended there. And yeah, this is be a little nook for, like, you know, okay, you gotta duck into this. Yep. Even if they don't lead to anything. You duck in here where it's real claustrophobic. Maybe put in trapdoors or something to make it. And this could be an actual working place. Let me see. This is a good time for me to... It's getting on towards 9. I'm about ready for finishing up my thing. But this would be a good opportunity for showing what the size of Tiny Place is. You know, there was a time when I was having to try to live in a place that was constructed along these lines. Let's see, what have I got for... Oh, I want to carry on. I'll throw away this chicken. We got more chicken, I don't care. But see the size of this? This is the size of a poor person's house in Versus. That's their apartment. It needs to have the iron bars because people will bust in and steal. And if they hear you having a television in here, they bust in and steal. And that is from real world. That ain't even from science fiction. Well, I believe I will extend this just enough so that it functions as a stair. That works. This is kind of cool too. Even extend the shape of that. It could eventually be a darker color. And that's a working stair, ain't it? Leads to somewheres. Yeah, and see, any of these could also be made into those little tiny places. Little windows in these cramped little corridors. This one's become a mistake at this point, because it's no longer pointing anywheres. Now, how does that connect? Let me see, this goes up here. And to go across there. Yeah, I don't think that... Better to jump up this way. Mm-hmm. that, and see how that beam points into here? See how this beam here sort of points into that wall? And then up here there's another element here. But it's a consistent enough line that you can see that there's a thing there, and there's another thing there, and then this is another thing there. Which maybe we need to have a, I guess you got to be able to get in here somehow, but you could cut in here at the same level. Even removing those and putting a different kind of ceiling on. And then the thing is, you'd have a railing making it narrow here because the like non-OSHA approved thing is how this drops down underneath in a very dangerous kind of way. So you don't want to fall down there. So there'll be something to keep you from falling down there, but still something of a concern. In fact, even this one would have to go. Throw a torch there just because. And I'm going to throw a few cobble and these. Hope you're not standing on them. There you go. But this is just, this can be just a space that you don't want to fall into. And if you're coming down this way, you cut this way to get over to this area with these beams and things. In fact, the beam can continue. So the whole purpose of the city is that there's these beams and stuff here, so that one goes there. That's just a shape. That continues out. We don't have to continue that into a beam, but that's a beam. And then we got another one of these nasty little places. The miserable little light. And a couple of iron gratings. Oh, it's getting late. I'm going to have to go to bed pretty soon. After I finish derping these silly things. Well, if you want to carry coal, there's some here. But yeah, another nasty little corridor. Yeah. Okay, well, you know what? I'm going to head back into the nether and head back home because I can't keep going tonight. It's already 9:07. It's getting to my bedtime. Though, you know, we could make another portal down here because that's that far away from everything else. That would be fun. Where would be a good place for it before I go? I'm way past my time. See, down there, bonk your head on the beam. Down through here. Yeah, the nether portal. Just happens to be right down here. I will get my obsidian ready. I will do my cobble back wall as I like to do. And we will find a place to attach this. Let me make a quick little note of where it is. Maybe this will be fun to do as a last thing before we finish. It's a long, epic episode, but it's been an epic episode, so it's all good. 50, 9, 7, 5. So that logically means about 69 by 122. Secure the gates. What, against mobs? Oh, fair enough. Is it infested with annoying mobs? Yeah, that ain't great. Okay, don't go through this yet, because we ain't got a gate on the other side for it. That's a good plan. All of them gates is out of sight enough that it doesn't really matter how you secure them. If you come up with a good way of doing it, by all means. I can well believe. Oh. You're on top of a gate? The industrial gate? I'm all going into a gate. Okay, so let me see. Oh, you're right. You're right. I better put it back. I will go and make that go away. I think I can get through this way. Got you. Oh, I believe I do see Creeper or something. This is gonna be a challenging. Yeah, you're right. We have to make that gate go away because it will not work. Good boy, howdy. We got lively time up here. Let's run, flee for our lives down into the depths of the city. Now that said, I'm tempted to just go through here rather than use it. What do you think? Do you think this would be better than the other one? We could just relink it. We could just have it be, yeah, come through. Here I am. Yeah, how about, let's not worry about that. That's the versus depths. Because remember, that one was going to be the one that you couldn't see anyways. where it takes me. It might put me to the original place. Or no. Nope, this is now linked to that. I can just take that other portal away. And then I will go to bed. This is far more relevant to doing the building than the other one, because this is right down in an area that would be actually on camera, as it were. And that other one was specifically there just to be on the far side of the mountain. And that was just this is the far distant area where it looks cool, but we're not necessarily going to use it. Let me see, it's going to be around this way. Yep. Over here. Oh, you've already taken it down. Okay, that's what I wanted. Alrighty, we're not going to need this tree. Boy, this is an epic long episode. If I had any sense, I would have relogged and I would have made it be like 3 episodes or 4 episodes. Yeah. Tomorrow I gotta jump right back to writing and doing my day job stuff and all that kind of thing. Which ain't that bad. It's all fine. Now let me see. Where was my other portal? I'm being derpy and lost, and I don't know where I am. That's a steep drop. Yep, must have been that one. Owies. And that was the backstage portal, okay. So backstage, the depths. The main set, that's going to be my problem, because I already have the floor plan and everything for that one. And the fancy pants areas. Well, now I'm going to head home. Oh, I was trying to eat. Let's try that again. You can turn on the regen beacon for when I get there. No, you can't do that. Not that fast, you can't. It was on haste last time I looked. And still is. Well, I will try to find a potion or something by the time next time I come back. I'll warn whoever it is who's driving, whether it's me or Rainbow or somebody. Head into our nice little apartment. Oh, it's back already. Why, thank you. Thank you. I feel so much better. Okay, all full, all healed up, and all kinds of good work done. I will bid you all good night. So, good night.